All right. Everything should be working. So we get to move on. No more YouTube on that side. You for the falls, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, getting everything lined up on my second monitor is a huge pain. All right. Build 42 unstable. There is an issue when refueling from gas pumps currently found last minute. It must be canceled with escape or by sprinting. Your character may not move if you simply try to walk away. All right. Due to changes in generator fuel consumption and corresponding defaults, existing saves will likely experience increased fuel consumption. Meta generator fuel consumption sandbox settings can be changed in debug mode. All right. Build 42.12. How is it going? Has YouTube exploded on me yet? It's working. Okay. I vaguely remember having the fueling problem in older patches too. I'm not sure about that. What's up, David Johnson? Thank you for joining the stream and being the first to chat on YouTube. What's up, Catherine? Oh, this is Project Zomboid. It is Project Zomboid. I know. You're used to me playing Vintage Story. Reordered hit location damage to calculation to occur after physics ballistic body part is selected. That's interesting. Not quite sure what that means. Ranged weapon damage can now make use of specific body part damage multipliers. This brings ranged damage into line with how melee combat works. Headshots will receive 3 times damage. Legs and arms get dealt far less damage. If you're wondering about melee combat, you can't choose where you hit the zombie unless it's on the ground. Unless they changed it this patch and mention it later. Fix a shotgun targeting bug. Zombies were dodging your pellets. When aiming a shotgun at a specific body part, the other pellets were mysteriously disappearing. Now all shotgun pellets properly calculate their hits. Every zombie will get what's coming. These changes should impact how shotguns play and feel. View cone opacity slider added to performance settings. So I was using a mod to get rid of the view cone, and now I don't have to. I'm happy. All right, let's see here. Boop. Click like that. What's up, Halcyon Ways? Now, I can already tell you one thing. There's a new trait here called Crafty, which is fast learner, but only for the crafting skills. My ears. All right. So, did they fix the shotgun? JS 2000 shells. Sure, a box of shells will do. Oh, I'm in God mode. Okay, we fixed that. It's a little loud. For me, I don't think it's loud for you guys. Let's spawn in a bunch of zombies. This way, buddies. Well, it hit 2 zombies. Actually, hit 5 zombies. I think it still sucks. How do you smash car windows now that the option's been removed from the right mouse button menu? You could probably press V while you're sitting next to the car to open the menu and smash it that way, but I'll check that out in a second. First, for my own ears. Gotta turn that down. Second. Alright, I had level 0 aiming. So maybe that's the problem, right? Let's give myself level 10. We'll see how this goes. Reload the shotgun real fast. What about a full choke to narrow the cone? You still get XP for each hit. The XP thing's in the top right if you want to watch it. I won't aim at a zombie. I'll let it just kind of go past them. Oh, I have max aiming. Hold up. I'll switch my aiming to level 9 so you can see XP. There you go. Pack them in. Looks like you still get one. Yeah, you still get one hit of XP per shot, not per zombies you kill. All right, come on, guys. Can you check to see if you can attach anything from outside of inventory? What do you mean by attach? You mean like pick up, like a bag? Okay, I just obliterated a group of zombies there. There might be something here, but you need high aiming. Once again, I'm going to turn it down more because the zombies are loud. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Does this feel super good? How do you dismantle watches? What do you mean, how do you dismantle watches? There's a crafting menu. Alright, I would say if you get a couple levels of aiming, you're fine with the shotgun. Like, it's good. Mind, a body flying back does not mean it's dead, as you can see from that guy standing up. All right. I'll show you guys this because I already screwed with it. What is it? It's here. View cone opacity. So you can turn it all the way up so you can see your view cone, or because I think it's really distracting, turn it all the way down. So if you see zombies or not, you just gotta, like, you know, assume your view cone. It does go down when you're tired and stuff. So we were saying equip like a bag off the ground. Backpack. They changed the UI. I mean, it worked. No, like a weapon. Bags work. Here, let me drop the shotgun. Whip in both hands. That's fine. Someone asked about smashing a car window. So there's the vehicle, so I definitely clicked on it and it's not giving smash window. So they definitely removed it, and you have to hit V, which is the default key for this, to open this menu, and then smash. I don't know why they'd remove that from the right click menu. And instead of that being V, it should probably just be long press E or something like that on a car. I don't know. Wait, can you get in a car with long press E? You can. Maybe that's why they didn't do that. They changed it so a watch has to be in your main inventory to dismantle it. Watch. Screwdriver. All right, right click, dismantle is right there. Now it's on the ground. Dismantle is still right here. Think they want to declutter the context menu? Yeah, but it's a context menu. When you right-click a car, it's correct context to show car options. The right-click was so buggy, you stopped using it for the car window. It's not buggy. The hitbox for the car is like a tile and a half in the center. So you have to think about where the center of the car is and click there. Because if you click like here, sometimes you won't get it. Right? Because you're clicking behind the car at that point. Which is just, you know, Zomboid jank. Let's grab this bag real fast. Take you. Pause the game. And keep going on this. So the shotgun is good, I guess. It might not be good at low level, especially since it's like you would want to save the shotgun shells for when you're more likely to one-shot 5 zombies later than like knocking down 2 zombies at level 0. You know what I mean? Like in build 41, you got so much XP from it. It was great to use a shotgun, but because it's the same as shooting like the 9mm, there's still no reason to use it immediately. Like there's even more reason not to use it immediately now. How do you power level aiming now? You don't. The way the chance of damage works is really misleading a bunch of people, and they don't understand that they're not actually shooting the zombie. They just see it doing the like the flinch for getting shot, and they don't realize they're not getting XP from it. Because you still have to be with low aiming level, really close, and not panicked, and all the other things. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't show them that anymore. It doesn't teach them how to shoot, basically. Test grab and put corpses in a vehicle? Sure. Is that a problem? Does it, like, bug out? Hold up. Let me kill one closer. It's going to take you 3 years to drag it that far. It's unlocked? That's unlocked. How exactly did you pick up a corpse again? You like hold E, right? Yeah. It just took a really long time for that to implement. How do you put it in the car? I actually have no clue how you're supposed to put this in the car. Is it like a window? Do I have to face it? V? Oh, V's a good idea. Nope. Right-click the vehicle. So they removed one right-click use and added a new one. Oh, it won't work because the trunk was closed. That was a great animation, though. I like that. Set unwanted, set to be unusable in recipes. That's some nice stuff. All right, back to looking at actual stuff here. Oh, let's see here. Where is that menu? There it is. Updated the vision cone to use square lighting outside when it's brighter than the current daylight values so that players can benefit from streetlights and other light sources at dusk, night, and dawn. No clue. updated lighting system so that rooms behind shut doors are blacked out. I imagine a gazillion people are happy now. I doubt it. I doubt they'll ever mention it again. Let's see here. Where's my fast move? Whoop. Look, guys, it's blacked out now. You definitely have no memory of what was in that room. This was not a kitchen, guys. Definitely not a kitchen. Is it making... Oh, no, it's making the opening sounds when you walk past stuff even without the menu open. Oh, why would you do that? Okay, well, moving on. View cone opacity slider. Let's see here. Added more tiles to breakable metal fences. That's fun. My object permanence. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to me that people were hating on object permanence. While resting, the endurance Moodle now acts as a progress indicator. Okay, I actually have to test that. Let's see here. No more God mode. No more zombies. General debugger, body. Did they... Oh god, they reordered it. Why would you do this to me? Oh wait, are they just missing? Oh no, I'm blind. I'm freaking blind. Okay. It was like zoomed down, or scroll down. All right, so while resting, does sitting on the ground count as resting? Oh, it does. Okay, that's kind of cool. Actually functional Moodle in my Zomboid? Wild. Absolutely wild. Updated pathfinding to allow players to plan paths over climbable walls during walk 2 where it's possible to climb over the wall. Hopefully it tries to avoid doing that when possible. Added muzzle flash models, textures, and model keys. Allow players to store corpses in the vehicle trunk or seats. We already tested that. How does it function when going from exerted to having no Moodle but not fully recovered? All right, so it just fills the Moodle. So the Moodle goes away, right? It'll only pop up when I'm like 75. But if I sit down right now, it'll show that I'm at 75, and it just fills all the way up to the top before disappearing. But only if you're sitting down. Yeah, no, like it's a great change. Add required items and sorted by name into the crafting UI. Renamed sort by name to alphabetical. Cigarettes can be smoked directly from the pack without removing them beforehand. Hallelujah. I can't believe that was a thing. Yeah, rest taken Moodle is obsolete in like the 300 different Moodle mods people made for that. Fluid containers that need to be opened to be consumed will, if the player is capable of opening the container, have the option to drink available, and when selected, the craft recipe to open it will be performed. The right mouse click option for drinking beverages is now open and drink as opposed to drink. Yay! Random tedium removed. I imagine this is the same thing for canned food. Yes, it's the same thing for canned food. So you can open and eat your canned food. And if you're wondering why it isn't just eat, opening your canned food does make it start spoiling if you don't finish it. So that is relevant to know that you opened it. Mind, I don't think anyone ever has trouble with that. Similar to how double-clicking on food item gets the character to eat the item, double-clicking on pills and consumable drainables, such as chewing tobacco, trigger the character to consume the item. This does not apply to rat poison, as it would kill the character. That's funny. Double-clicking on beverage fluid items will get the player to drink the beverage, opening it beforehand if required. Same thing for water items. Improve the auto-highlight of the first recipe in Crafty UI on search. List will now always only highlight player-selected recipe. Added evaluation for player-visible taint poison to disable double-click drinking on food items if they are player-visibly tainted and poisoned. I'm just going to point out, they're going through a lot of trouble to be able to have invisible poisonous drinks. Specifically for, like, odd PvP. Or just murdering the character later. Did I get a stretch? I did get a stretch. Sorry. Let's do that. Ugh. And I missed the posture check forever ago, so I'll just refilm that one. All right, added shift plus click on the available ingredients list. Currently for the build and crafting menus will be added for workstations later on this. Shift click and control click on the headers node will select everything inside of it. That is lovely. Crafting and building menus close when the character moves. Added a lock button to the handcraft and build windows to prevent window from auto-closing on walk. I walk a lot with the menu open, so I think I'll just turn that off. But it is nice that it'll close when you start running for some reason. It's the same amount of clicks from the V menu. Oh, for the smashing windows? Yeah? Is that a problem? Does that make it better somehow? Because context menu doing contextual things is probably the most important thing possible. Crafting and build menus close when the character moves. Added lock button to the handcraft and build windows to prevent that from closing as well. I just read that. Craft, build, and entity UIs save and restore their size and position between loads and saves. Yay! Mind, don't they still change size if you, like, check a different recipe? Right? So, like, if I type in, or if I click on armor, or whatever it was called. Actually, it's not called armor anymore, is it? Yeah, like it changes size depending on the recipe you're looking at. Or it gets bigger, I should say. It doesn't always change size. So now that I have a different recipe, I can make it small again. I don't understand how they managed to do this. So this will disappear if I start walking? Sure does. What's the button to turn that off? Is it this? No? Oh, the lock is just visibly locked when it's open, right? There's like a single pixel gap on the left side of the lock button for me. Yeah, that'll forever stay open like that. That's hilarious. But you can't lock a crafting station menu? Why would you lock one? If you walk away, it disappears anyway. Or at least it should. If it didn't, it should have. 1 step forward, 9 steps back. I wouldn't say 9 steps back. I think they're like, someone hates the right-click menu, basically. And they're like going around just murdering things in it instead of fixing it. Items can be marked as unwanted. I talked about that earlier. VHS tapes and CDs that have been watch-heard will have their status displayed on the tooltip. When a player is unable to light a fire tile object with a notch plank because the object doesn't have any fuel, the option to do so will be a bad color, and it explains it in the tooltip. Added explicit player feedback. Tooltip in bad color option when a player is exhausted and unable to use a notch plank to light a fire. Worms in composters will reproduce during winter if a composter is evaluated as being inside. Previously, they would not reproduce during winter at all. I did not know that they were supposed to be able to do that. Also, don't plants just always die inside? It's weird that they have like inside mechanics for composters. Individual inventory items can be, with the right-click options, flagged to be unusable in crafting building recipes. Or that flag can be removed. That's nice for like, I don't want to consume my weapon issues, right? Or like, I don't want my backpack to get ripped up. Added loot window title bar buttons to the bottom of the loot window. Ah, that's what changed about the UI that I was wondering about. Added contextual loot window buttons for removing campfires and throwing corpses on unlit campfires. Yo, you can put a corpse on the fire. Wait, why would you do that when you can just drop it? Did they change that? Bring me back. Do I have the build cheat on? Oh god, what's the button for the build menu? You can mark your jewelry to not get scrapped? Yeah, that's great, right? Place corpse on campfire. Hold up. I'm going to purposely walk off of it. There's no way that's actually on the fire. Is there? Oh god, how do you add fuel again? Destroy for fuel. 1 rag. Light the fire. Yeah. Nice button, guys. That's funny. You forgot about the photorealistic fire? Yeah, it's not great. Well, what if I'm like facing this way? Will it turn me around? It did turn me around, but it's not putting it on the fire. Yeah, I don't know. Added filled models for the ceramic bowl, glass jar, and tumbler. Improved tooltips and possible fluids list for the handcraft panel input items. Added lower tier cooking skill books to the pool of kitchen surface clutter items. That's actually kind of nice. It's work in progress. The button might get fixed in 5 months. That's just mean. Just setting the zombie down to warm his toes. Yep, absolutely. Added in new trait, Crafty, that functions similar to the fast learner trait. This provides a 30% XP bonus, but only for crafting skills. So let's look at this real fast. Is it? Oh, can I not open up my skill menu while it's paused? That's interesting. So, fast learner affects your aiming, your reloading, all your combat skills, all your farming, some of your physical traits, all your survival. For half the points you can only be good at and benefiting from crafting skills. Now, I still think that'll be useful if you have 3 points and you have no idea what to do with them. But I think it should be like 2 points. I don't know. Bets on it being broken. Ugh. Read the next line in the patch note. What's wrong with that? It is exclusive with fast learner and slow learner traits. Costs 3 trait points. Yeah, no, of course it won't stack. Why would it stack? I was assuming it wouldn't stack. Now, I bet I'll try it later, but I bet there's a way to take that trait and then like remove it and grab both of them. Because there's still ways to do that for a lot of other traits. Added browsing, what building recipes and inventory item can be used for by right-clicking inventory item. Players can now rename containers and tile objects. Added possible ingredients feature to the build menu. Oh my god, it's not gonna lie to people? Oh, I don't even know what to look up. Manual ingredients? Really? It's 2 clicks? Hold up. What is it in the crafting menu? It's just always on in the crafting menu. Why'd they do this? Someone hates the building menu. You have to turn on manual ingredients to see those. Like, talk about extra clicks. Crafty equals pacifist plus fast learner. That's actually kind of funny. I'm sure there'll be a place. You agree? Someone hates the building menu and the team seems like there are some contradictions in frequent places. They need like one person to be in charge of the UI. And every single UI change has to somehow go through this person. I know that's literally like worst possible case for game development, but it's a problem. Look up something with logs. In the build menu or the crafting menu? Log. Log? L-O-G. It actually goes by name that you type in. All right, what about the required items? L-O-G. No. No, it doesn't. The required, the one that actually matters doesn't check to make sure it's the actual item being used instead of an item with the same name. So I think the problem with this was cologne, right? Oh, it doesn't even let you... It doesn't let you see what the container is anymore. So you can't even see why it's showing this as requiring a log. You thought they removed bundling logs? Log. Haven't been able to figure out how to do it. Isn't it like... Yeah, you need to do it in like the crafting menu. Stacking logs. Rocco is the best UI modder at the moment, hands down. He definitely... Okay. So here's the one thing I really like about Rocco's UI. You see how you have the like side icons here to quickly switch in between? And if your mouse is over this, it's a lot easier when I have bodies. You can just scroll to go through all these really fast. Rocco lets you move this to the left side so you can quickly go through both sides of your inventory. So like your inventory and the area outside are right next to each other, and you don't have to like go all the way over here to click on a specific item. This is also kind of important when it comes to containers, because like let's say this, it can sometimes be really hard to click on the correct container to open the correct one. So you really just have to go up here and click on it. I'm just going to point out those zombies were perfectly silent. Normally they... Hold up. Oh, actually, never mind. Maybe they weren't silent. I do have my sound turned down because I was fighting zombies earlier. I'll check that later. I'll check that later. So, did they fix it? The shotgun, yes. The shotgun is functional. Now, you still need aiming levels to benefit from the shotgun actually working, because it still only gives you like 0.25 XP per shot, even if you kill 5 zombies with it. So you want the aiming levels to do the more damage, basically. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting your shotgun shells. Aiming still sucks, but shotguns, if you start with more than level 0, are good for killing zombies. Where was I in this? Okay, the possible ingredients feature. The colored bars for discomfort, run speed modifier, combat speed modifier, and item tooltips will now use the user-chosen good color if they are beneficial, and the bad color if they are negative. I remember people complaining about that a lot. Because it looks like... It'll be like a green bar telling you run faster, and you put on the boots or whatever, and you run slow. Or not run, combat speed. In other words, they're stripping more fun out. We need regex on the search bar. Let's see here. Inventory items that provide endurance, fatigue, or stress modifiers have the... Oh no! They'll use colored bars and not numerals in the item tooltip. Well, enjoy trying to figure out which bar is slightly larger. Inventory items that provide vision or hearing modifiers, when worn, will use bad or good colored bars, depending on whether they are beneficial or negative. All vanilla modifiers are negative, but mods exist where they are positive, and not scaling colored bars. Wait, what? All right, hold up. I'm confused here. Sorry, I have other people's. Depending on whether they are beneficial or negative. When worn, we'll use bad or good colored bars and not scaling colored bars. I need a helmet. I need a helmet. Don't wait. Zombies, go away. Oops, I did horde manager instead of remove all. There we go. Helmet. This is probably going to have that trait, right? My inventory. It still has a scaled bar. All right. Red or green rather than various shades. Thank you, Hugo. You're right. It's just always red. It's not like green to orange to red. They're just... My brain doesn't work or their communication doesn't work. One of the two. Same for the alert, Gaming Granny. Translating to writing mess up. I just When I think of scaling bars, I think of like left to right scale, you know? But no, yeah, scaling color bars is in like green to red. It is not possible to take hay from hay bundle tiles. That might have an actual use. I was thinking about doing a CDDA run, and this might be useful for me. If I go to the farmhouse, there's a bunch of hay in the thing. Added text, no recipes to show to the crafting and build UI when no recipes are available. Can I burn hay, actually? Hold up. Theory crafting. Okay, there we go. It was just lagging out. It's fine. All right, there we go. 40 hay. Make scarecrow. Can I? Oh yeah, you can't click those. Oh wait. There we go. That's interesting. What was that? I was making a campfire real fast. I'm in the wrong menu. How these are two separate menus still is mind-blowing instead of just two separate tabs in the same menu. Destroy for fuel. Hey, okay, I can. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, that's actually hardcore awesome. Don't tell them that it's good. They'll take it away from me. Let's see here. Where was it? There it is. Added no recipes to show to the crafting and build UI when there are no recipes available. Added a minor optimization when evaluating whether an inventory item is a recipe input for specific players. All right. Made evaluating whether a ground clutter tile can just be picked up more rigorous to prevent circumstances where a tile can unintentionally just be picked up. Inside the Indie Stone, there are two devs. One who loves the right mouse button menu, and one whose mission is to destroy it. That actually seems true at this point. Like, one person is just adding it, and one person is removing stuff. It's so funny. We need a sound mechanism where when an item is dropped, zombies hear it and search for the location where the item was dropped. Yeah. Added filled models for the fountain and plastic cups. Added recipe for making a mirror. Ooh, hold up. Make mirror. Glassmaking level 4. I don't know why I thought this would not be glassmaking, but steel sheet, glass, and a mold. If you scroll to the bottom, it says added multiplayer. Rick, what are you doing? Now I have to. You know I have to, right? I'm sad now. Cookable food items now display in tooltips how long it takes to cook them if the player has at least 5 levels in cooking. I think this has no actual value, but I love it. When a player is looking at a vehicle trunk inventory window from outside the vehicle, there will be a top button option to close the trunk. Additionally, if the player has the key for the vehicle, there'll be a button to close and lock the trunk. Now, you might think this is pointless, but I do this all the time in multiplayer. Okay? I lock my trunk in multiplayer. I lock my doors in multiplayer. It's hilarious watching people try to get inside. Added displaying and highlighting animal corpses to the animal designation zone UI. That's nice for the husbandry people. Baking pan can now hold fluids. So you know how much to set on the oven timer. Okay, so the problem with the oven is that it stays hot after it turns off, which is highly realistic, by the way. So you still have to get your stuff out of there or it's going to burn. Now, the microwave, that'll work, but like, you're a criminal if you microwave meat. Added a crafted version of the jar item and updated the recipe to create it instead of the looted variation. And like every single fire you use to cook after the power goes out, like it doesn't have a timer either. Added drawing a background under the radial menu text to aid readability. I think I saw that earlier and just didn't even notice because why is it not there? I don't have anything to radial menu with. So we'll have to see that at some other point. I'm getting microwave McDonald's PTSD. I mean, McDonald's tastes so bad that microwaving it doesn't really make it that much worse. It's like a different flavor of suffering. That being said, I still want my grease burger every once in a while. You enjoying the music? I love the OSRS beats. They're the best beats. Rename the microwave settings and oven settings buttons from cancel to close. Love it. Controller focus is set to the profession list when the profession creation UI is first displayed. It's set to the character panel when the creation UI or character creation UI is displayed. Nice touch. Added visual transition when pressing the left shoulder button to focus on a top level UI. Oh my god, is controller getting helped here? The loot window bottom button actions are added to the container's context menu when using a controller. The buttons still appear when using a controller. Okay, I mean, that's fine. In the main menu, when the game isn't loaded, the escape key now activates the back button of various UIs. The return key now activates the next and play button. Change the main menu panels to use a newer controller navigation method that the crafting and carpentry UIs use. Removed investigate this area, vehicle mechanics, and option to smash vehicles window from the right mouse click. You know what's even funnier? So this is right mouse click, right? If you go up here, there's someone referring to it as right mouse button. There's a right mouse click. Right mouse click. There's another one. There was an RMB up here. I swear. RMB. Oh, there isn't. Never mind. I'm going crazy. Or did they say right mouse button? Nope, I'm going crazy. But yeah, I mean, investigate this area. I've hated that that's been on a right click because that's the foraging menu. Like, just hit the foraging button, please. Vehicle mechanics. Yeah, I don't know. I think the contextual menu should have contextual things on it. Like, that's these two things, smash vehicle window in vehicle mechanics, only show up if you click on a car. So it's not like they're taking up space at all times. $2000s Mackey's was all right. I can't even tell you how 2000s McDonald's tasted. It's been so long. I actually, what was that? I went to Cedar Point, and they have like a, what is it? Like the drive-in burger place. And I swear the grease for their grease burgers tastes like 90s burger grease. I don't know how they did it, but it does. I assume they're just like using fat for oil or something, right? Gotta try McDonald's in Europe. Pretty good. I mean, at the current rate, I'll have to be rich to be able to fly there, eat McDonald's, and fly back. Sounds like the environment right click is being reduced to static items instead of moving ones. There's like a little more changes, like the right click for barricading a door, right? Or like windows. Instead of pulling up the same menu that doing it in the building menu, it just tells you can't do it. And it's really confusing because like the only argument against being able to do that is the ability to put multiple barricades up, and like you could just move it to the same thing. Look, I needed a plank, some nails, and a hammer. Oops. Add one. Open that. So is it still doing that? Yeah, barricade planks. So like instead of telling us that we can't do it, you could just click this and it could literally just open the building menu for me to the barricade option and click build for me and just have me in this menu instead. You recently got 6 friends to play the game all together on a server. The wait for multiplayer from 42 went from 0 to 100 real fast. That sucks because it's probably months away, right? All right, this balance changes, guys. Let's see here. Hold up. So here's the controller stuff. Added new survivor names. Oh, that's going to be fun. New animations for getting a corpse out of a container. NASCAR cars now spawn in the world, primarily at Irvington Racetrack. That's awesome. New sound effects for opening and closing all this stuff. And the handbrake. Also for lighting campfire with notch plank. Fire pit, small plant frying rack, blah, blah, blah. All sorts of things. Rework the sound effects system for item transfer. When you walk past containers, it's just like spams sounds. NASCAR? Yeah. When did I enable the grid? Welcome to America, brother. Where's the garage? Good lord, that's a lot of zombies. Why is there no cars in the parking lot? What happened? Am I in the right place? I guess none of them spawned? Unfortunate. What? Music on the YouTube stream? Yeah, I've just accepted that it's going to get claimed 600 times, and I'm just going to, like, mute half the stream. What am I testing? The changes in build 42.12. New megaphone sounds for Hey, Hey Whisper in PST. Psst. Added filling sounds to several fluid container items. Increase the range of animal thumping sounds from 30 to 40 squares. Increase the range of animal vocal sounds from 20 to 40 squares. Animals have been nerfed. They're going to draw in more zombies. Did they fix the abysmal guns damage and headshots doing nothing? So if you mouse over their head and then click, it should do 3 times damage. PST, okay, alien. This is unrelated to the new patch, but do you recommend taking Inventive? I plan on replacing it with Baseball Player. Oh, you plan on replacing it and Baseball Player with Brawler. All it does is let you craft thing or learn the recipe to craft things earlier if you never find those recipes. So if you're playing with like 0 loot, like literally nothing spawns, it has value. If you're just playing normal Apocalypse, like I probably wouldn't take it. It could be useful for the generator, because now you learn a generator recipe at level 3, I think. I don't know if that one's affected by it. If that one's affected by it, it could be useful. Are the gun changes fixes good? I'll show you again. Wait, zombies killed by vehicle damage now increase the driver's zombie kill count. Oh boy, you don't even have to hit a single zombie nowadays. Yeah, the shotgun has proper spread again, but it still does 0 damage frequently because your aiming skill is low. So you'll have to level your aiming skill up independently from using your shotgun and then use your shotgun, which is way better, but still awkward. Rebalance. Oh. Rebalance the metabolic multipliers for calorie consumption and move some recipes' timed actions from default to better categories. This should lead to overall less consumption for most common activities, recipes, and resting, and a bit more for a few intensive activities recipes. This should have an impact on survivor weight and long playthroughs. That might be amazing, but it depends on what recipes make it worse. Also, they still need to remove negative calories. Oh man, I'm gonna have to test that. So I'm gonna be spending hours. The walking calories fix mod guy in tears right now. Wait, did they reduce walking calories? If they reduce the walking calorie usage, actually huge. It's either good or abysmal. Well, it depends, because if it's a common recipe you do all the time, then it's gonna be far worse. But if it's like recipes you rarely do, like chopping wood or something, and you don't even actually have to do them, then like you can ignore them and just benefit, right? Tooltip when lighting a fire with a notch plank now provides more required information. There was a bunch of that earlier. Added large hooks to the pools of surface clutter items for barns and garages. They already spawn as surface clutter in farm storage. I was wondering about that because I would find them all the time sitting on like a barrel. Fixed movie rental room spawn, whatever that means. Updated fish hunger math when caught by a fishing net to match other cases. Hey, we haven't been able to bait the net. Did they fix it then? They didn't. I guess there's like a million bug fixes down here. I'll see. I was literally making a video about fishing, by the way, and I was in that video, I'm complaining about the net not working correctly. Let's see vehicle spawn only debug. Oh. What do you mean vehicle spawn only debug? Do you want me to spawn the NASCAR? Can I like real names? Can I just type in NASCAR? NAS. Oh, I'm sad. Turn off real names. Yeah, I have no idea what it's actually called. Try race car. It's just race car. Oh my god. There was 3 of them. Hold up. Wait. Race car? Oh yeah, these look really good. Whoever made them did a great job. They're a little banana-y, but like that's Zomboid for you. The it has a side window. Hey, who did this? Never mind, I lied. It shouldn't have a side window. No, it can. It can. Some of them do have them. Especially the fast ones. Let's see here. We're gonna drive the Spiffos car real fast. Ooh, there we go. You know what? Oh, you can hear yourself hitting the handbrake. I like that. A little bit. It'll probably get annoying. 570 horsepower. These aren't very fast. Does it turn right? It does. I think my music stopped, right? No, it didn't. It's just quiet. Non-weapon items that has sharpness quality, such as detached knife blades, will display their current sharpness value in their tooltip, just as weapons with sharpness do. I assume that's part of the being able to sharpen disassembled items stuff. Increase the hunger value of dried corn, added missing nutritional values for dried peas and soybean. Grass tufts can now be dried. Change the blacksmithing skill requirement for forging large hooks from 2 to 1, so it's easier for people to make butcher hooks. Yeah, I don't. They need a Stone Age way to get leather, like skin, because otherwise, the moment you can blacksmith is the moment you stop caring about making like primitive clothing. Fine-tune outside story spawn locations. That'll be interesting to find out about. Added health values for the amphora. Leather drying racks and stairs. I can no longer make walls out of stairs. The zombies are going to attack them, aren't they? Oh, no. Does aiming and reloading still have the sock cap at level 5? I haven't checked yet, but I assume they do. Wait, zombies, horde manager, spawn. Chase me down, boys. You can do it. I mean, they're walking around the stairs, so I don't think they attack it yet. Okay, I think I'm still good. Disaster avoided. Can I turn a car around? Do you want to see the other side? Is that what you're saying? Stairs are still a pathfinding issue. I mean, they didn't say anything about fixing their pathfinding, so I assume they're still OP. Updated make with brick and make with brick low timed actions. Metabolic and muscle strain effects. Not gonna lie, I don't like the crafting stuff using, like, causing muscle strain. I understand it. It really does in real life if you're like moving a bunch of bricks around and stuff, but like it's a video game. When a character hits level 10, they learn all growing season recipes not already known. I assume that's level 10 farming or whatever it's called now. When a character reaches a mechanics level 8, 9, or 10, they learn basic, intermediate, or advanced mechanic recipes if not already known. That is huge for illiterate characters, by the way. More tiles made to work as crafting surfaces. Don't get me wrong. Actually leveling your mechanics to like level 8 without a single one of these recipes is a huge pain. More tiles made to work as crafting surfaces. Add a generator recipe as an auto-learned recipe at electrical level 3. So, first of all, hasn't that always been here where like you'd learn how to do generators? And second of all, what does that even mean? Yeah, it's not like a crafting recipe, so I don't know. Illiterate still won't get level 10 in any crafting skills? Oh, you totally can, though. You just have to start yourself with some recipes by investing in it. Yeah, that was the case before. I don't know if this means like Inventative will let you learn it at level 2. I was talking about that earlier. If Inventative lets you learn this at level 2, it kind of has value. Otherwise, it probably doesn't. Charcoal's electrical, farming, and mechanics skill levels are now properly... Oh, Charcoal's. The characters are now properly checked if the skill level is high enough. I can't talk today. If it's high enough, the appropriate generators, farming, and season mechanics will be unlocked as if they learn them via a recipe. I don't think they can type either. Anyway, lowered the fluid amount needed for cleaning blood or graffiti. Thank you for doing that. There's blood literally everywhere in this game. So crafting gives actual sensible XP? No, it doesn't. Do they mean learn how to turn generators on, off, and connect them, perhaps? Well, you can turn them on, off without the recipe. It's how to connect them. But the thing is, this already happened. Like, people have been getting or grinding electrical level 3 to connect generators for months. So I'm not sure why this is showing up here now, unless something else changed. And they just like failed to communicate it correctly. Consolidate churn cow sheep butter into one crafting recipe. Allow mixture of sheep and cow milk for churn butter recipe. Add pumpkin to more evolved recipes. Added happiness to chocolate milk. That chocolate milk cow mod is just doing great on the stock market right now, you know? Item poison detection level has been changed to 0 from null, whatever that means. Change all player facing text strings for the metalworking skill from metalworking to blacksmithing. Reduce the skill level and auto learn level requirements for the stone chisel recipe. That could be kind of huge. Stone chisel level 1. What's the required? Oh no, I'm gonna have to update my crafting guide. Oh god, that's gonna suck. That's gonna take a while though. Broken metal pipes can be used alongside metal pipes to make pipe bombs. I should not have said that word out loud on YouTube. Updated tooltip displayed when selecting engineer profession to state they can operate generators. Updated default generator fuel consumption and sandbox settings to reflect fixes in consumption. Basically, it uses more gas. Reworked traps in explosive damage and fire behavior. The pipe explosive damage is high. Fire risk is none. Aerosol is medium damage, low fire risk. Molotovs are no explosive damage, medium fire risk, and flame bombs are no damage, high fire risk. I'm gonna do this, and if this Molotov is the saddest thing I've ever thrown, I'm gonna be very mad and do absolutely nothing about it. I mean, it is more fire, but it's just kind of sad. At least it'll actually, like, probably more consistently set something on fire. My god, every single one having the same smoke effect is hilarious. The burning sound didn't go away. Okay, it finally went away. The fire still looks wrong to you because it just doesn't fit. I remember making the Molotov for the first time and it spawned like 2 fire sprites. Yeah, it was bad. Did they change anything about fire propagation? They haven't said it aside from right here about fire behavior. And that, I think that's just from these bombs. 1 trillion fixes. Correct? Yeah. Okay, this is going to take a little bit. I'm going to try to read through these pretty fast. Fix the language settings causing UI errors and making life unfun for our Turkish community. Fix controller players rotating in place when turning. Fix the I'm not even going to read fix anymore. Calculation error in butchering an animal, making animals rotten between 12 and 30 hours, giving more meat. That's some gobbledygook. Electrics in basements, not impacting generator fuel consumption. Planting seasons being incorrect in crops right mouse click when using agriculture cheat. So the tooltip was wrong, is what they're saying. Unfair poisoning from burnt food. Guardrails had been put around this, but clearly not enough. Leek, lemongrass, and rosemary listing February as both sow month and bad month. Oh my god, are they fixing farming? Because it was so bad. Fix the agriculture system, calculating months inaccurately. Insanity. Retnar, did you check dropping backpacks in the middle of falling? Can you do a dropping animation while you're falling? Also, it takes so long to do it that you'd have to be like at a death height anyway. Fix the player preferring to sit in a chair over closing a door in the vicinity. Required items filter not working correctly for the build menu. Search recipes text extending outside the entry box. Missing on-break functions for bone-tipped spears. Fix aiming while being seated bug. Missing timed action for animation-free workstations. Improper position of flint shard during making of a crude stone axe. Hey, that was actually really funny, though. Inaccurate position of the pumpkin and pumpkin slices. Pumpkin chunks not using eat small, eat type. Improper size of carrot during eating animation. Wonky cooking pot during eating animation. A number of misalignments whilst eating and drinking. Wrongly sized red velvet cake slices. Saucepan orientation. A memory leak with Fmod events. This potentially was causing issues with sound effects on long playthroughs. Oh, I had that happen to me. Rummage in inventory sound effects not stopping. Playing when equipping a backpack. Close container sounds playing twice when clicking the close icon or close button. Zombie thumps on barbed wire fences playing the wrong sound. Bullet impact sound effect not playing when shooting certain guns. Duplicate hammering sound playing when disassembling. Unassigned seat material leather in some seats. Broken chain link fences playing wooden sounds. New forest zones not being handled by the zone force fmod parameter. What is XXX force zones? That's suspicious. I need to check off the map to see if they did anything with the procedurally generated lands. M16 shooting sound effect continuing while shoving. Overlays. Keys appearing next to cars where is inappropriate, like burnt vehicles and trailers without any doors. Oh, I got a bunch of those. Termites providing cooking XP when cooked. No! No more cheating, guys. No, I mean, termites are hard to get lots of, so I don't know why they even bothered. Missing craft recipe for making glass for lanterns. Players gaining nimble XP while driving. I don't know. Drinking and eating actions not checking for the forged version of the cooking pot. Display name of liquid in the pouring from slot in the transfer liquids panel. Hey, did they ever make it so that if you have a full container, it goes to the correct side of the transfer liquids panel? The lantern glass isn't missing. It's in the forge and it gives you 2. So you can make 2. Not sure why you'd need 2. I think they're thinking of like a bullseye lantern with a piece of glass on each side. Fix the name of assemble large tarp frame pack to assemble simple tarp frame pack to reflect the correct size. The sports store now has a non-generic key name. Depth map of multiple tiles for the new rendering system. Random seed button in the select spawn location panel overlapping map on the Steam Deck. Not being able to sharpen tools when the condition wasn't full. TV's becoming non-thumpable when picked up and placed 2 times. Oh no, the TV bug is fixed. Recipe progress bar in the crafting menu, only updating for the first craft in a batch. Placing a barricade on specific windows, causing curtains to be rendered 1 chunk away. Poisonous indicator for individual items in a stack not properly displaying. That lantern makes a hurricane one. I made 2 of them, then decided making glass windows was better XP. Yeah. The Forbidden Forest. You still have no idea what the seed is meant to do. I think if you talk about the world seed, it's the areas that the zombies are removed from the exterior map. I don't know if it has anything to do with like item drops or anything. I'll have to check that. But that definitely the exterior map. It affects random basement placement. There you go. There's another thing. Being unable to drop items while inside vehicles. Reloading of double-barreled shotgun, not closing the barrel. Texture flickering on the base vehicle trailer due to the wrong shader being used. Animal duplication bug that happened when an animal moved between cells. Fix a dead animal, possibly resurrecting when it was the only animal in a cell when it died. Some fire tile object interactions not translating the text string. The forget map knowledge button also removing city, forest, and river names. Code that gives fish items the too small to be sliced tooltip to avoid inconsistencies. Filled the models for teacup in ceramic teacup. Anything? The Bob and Kate's debug scenario using the old Moldra map. Animal cells being hot saved each time a game is loaded. The option to light fire tile object. Okay, that's the notch plank stuff. The corpses of animals killed in an inventory sometimes disappearing. Some placed movable objects such as wood stoves and barbecues serving as zombie-proof barricades. RIP. Error when attempting to destroy ISO objects. Performance impact of interacting with fire tile objects. Is that why your chickens were duplicating? Your base was on the edge of 2 cells. It probably is, actually. I heard a... new Twitch sound. Anyway, textures for the filled models of carved bucket and champagne glass, paint bucket, and saucepan. Fix some police cars displaying damage textures of the wrong color variations. 2 sources of errors crashes that can occur when picking up a tile that the zombie has targeted. Size of the drink glass when full of liquid. Oh my god, this list of fixes is insane, and it's like a bunch of stuff that doesn't really matter. My voice is dying for this. Color of purple cat eyes sunglasses. Let's see if I can just pick out things that are important. Oh, it's the combo sound. All right, I need to turn that off. What the hell is a combo? I don't even know how to explain it. Basically, like, you can send bits in chat and it'll start a combo for multiple Twitch streamers. And then, like, everyone sees the combo going up. Oh, let's see here. Fluid container items not returning to standard temperature when placed in the world. I don't know if that matters. Maybe you could have, like, infinitely had a hot pot or something to clean your bandages. Being unable to remove stumps with a pickaxe. Malformed postcard text. Incorrectly calculating the age of frozen food items when first created. Tents and shelters not providing any protection from rain when used for resting. Fix a walk to action not working while dragging corpses. The time of death of animal corpses not being preserved when adding or removing a corpse to and from a butcher hook. Oh, so you could, like, remove the rot by putting it on the hook, taking it off, and putting it on again or something like that. Cold fluid container items not changing temperature when inside the character's inventory of the container. Wall clocks resetting to 7 p.m. after power is shut down. Oh my god, you'll be able to see what time the power went out if this works. That'll be funny. Animal corpses, ignoring the time slowing effects of fridges and freezers. An exception when an animal dies inside a hutch. Loot window buttons not working for bags and vehicle containers. Blood splatter and mannequin lighting in blacked out rooms. Sugar beet crop icon. Dead birds removed from hutches appearing to die again when dropped to the ground. That also happens when you take things out of trailers. The animal radial menu, ignoring the show hide radial menus with each key press option being off. Old animal tracks possibly not being removed. It wasn't possibly, they just never got removed. The layout of animal tracks info. Object outlines possibly being rendered off screen. Extra space at the bottom of skill progress bar tooltips. Road stories spawning in fields and other undesirable circumstances. Oh, we're no longer going to get random cars sitting on top of trees in the woods. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully that still happens because it's hilarious, but maybe it won't happen. Vehicles spawning inside buildings in undesirable conditions. Ranged weapon condition bug. Loaded range weapons check for condition wear when fired. Is that not what it's supposed to do? JP. You failed your cheer. That's funny. I actually don't know what the command is because I never use commands for that. Did they fix the FPS near containers with a lot of items? I can check that really fast. So we're just gonna drop these nails on the ground. Hold on, we need more nails. You have to really open every box of nails. Can I, like, select them and then do it?
Wow, that's amazing. All right, where's nails? 500 on the ground. They might have fixed that. I mean, it chugged a little bit when I got near the nails, right? Yeah, a little bit. It might be fixed. Show FPS. It's 60. It's not changing. It's in the top left. You should be able to see it. It's tiny. Like, I get stutters, but like that's just build 42 stutters, right? Maybe not. Oh no, it seems like I wasn't getting stutters over here. Let's try over here. What is that sound? Thank you for the 5 bits, JB. All right. Back to reading list of fixes. Hot drink teacup using the display name cup of tea. Headlights spawning in vehicles after they had been removed and the vehicle was unloaded and reloaded. Wait, I could have had infinite light bulbs? I hate everything. Being able to infinitely reread magazines for stress. We're testing, that wasn't the combo. I don't know if the combo can restart because it happened not that long ago. Being able to infinitely reread recipe magazines for stress and boredom reduction without the cooldown period that occurs for general Moodle benefit books. They didn't explain why it wasn't supposed to be like that. Fix the strip club neon lights being non-functional. Fix vision restricting clothing boosts, vision radius inside vehicles. Interesting bug they had going on there. Dried peas not being a food category item. Spears created with blades eligible for sharpening cannot be sharpened until they are damaged further. Hey, did they fix the spears just constantly one-shotting zombies? Being able to cut up worn bandoliers, some issues when planning paths over solid terrain objects. A reference to a non-existent button. Game sometimes locking up after character creation. Pet animal timer. Last stand only giving 1 nail or ammo. NPE caused by ISO animal not having moodles to check when testing. Gate climbing fail chance float. Zed snapping to the nearest grid when falling down. Shortened trousers not inheriting as actual models. They removed the take all button to the bottom. Yeah. Dividing food in 2 out of 4 bowls not working for the pasta pot. Hasn't been a bug since like build 41. Vehicles spawning with low condition even though they have high quality conditions set in sandbox settings. Fix an error with recording. There goes the combo. The mod data for custom container names for movables. Barrel ovens not working properly when first built. Undesired behavior with wristwatches, such as double clicking the wear not working. Recipe to open wine bottles not working. Wow, that's sad. Being unable to build campfires in the darkness. I cannot believe they had re-added that. And now they remove it again. Generators consuming incorrect fuel, burning corpses from destroying held items. The shouting animation being used instead of the whistle blowing animation when a player blows a whistle. Attached to a plastic cowboy hat. Movable items displaying their tiles right-click component options and causing errors. An error when closing the amphora's lid. Opening and close action now tracks condition. What, is it gonna break because I took the lid off too many times? Canceling seated fishing by walking causes the player to fall when attempting to fish. I have never tried to sit down while fishing. That was a cute animation in chat. Speaking of splitting pots into bowls, does each bowl still weigh the same as a full pot? No idea. They made generators consume so much less fuel from 1 to 0.1. Oh, I thought they made it increase the amount of fuel used. That's interesting. Can you still fish from a car? Okay, fine. Fine. I'll go check it out. Where's a pond? Actually, that looks like I can put a car there. All right, everything go away. Fishing rod. Worms. That's all I need there. Debug, spawn a vehicle. Alright, so I'm gonna sit on the ground here. I'm gonna add my worm. Okay, this whole clicking the fishing rod to add worms thing is like, I'm done. You need it anyways, because they balance calories. Yeah, I know. That's gonna take me a long time to figure out, though. I really did not know that you could fish while sitting. Look, JB, you were number 2. Gotta work on that. Thank you for the bits, though. Can you do it in a chair? Oh, I can test that too. Looks like you cannot fish from the car. Fishing. Yeah. Can you do it in a chair? Can I spawn a chair? Oh, I could just build a chair. Chair. I built it the wrong way. Interesting bug. Is that because the car's there? Hold up. God, I hate these menus. Oh, I think it's because the car is there. You still need a hammer to pick up a crafted chair. Yeah. Sorry, dude, you nailed it to the ground. Didn't you know that? Catfish. Let's see here. When aiming a shotgun at a specific body part, why is this even implemented? You can't aim at specific body parts in Horde of Zeds. You can, though. And it does check to see which part of the zombie your little reticle is over. Like, you can literally pop heads. It even has damage multiplier now. TIS. We must add more clicks to our game. We get paid in clicks. I don't think so. Fixed controller interacting with held animal causes an error. Food items not saving or loading stress bonus. Common divider working with fluid. Now it's only with items. I have no idea what that's about. Engine force being restored to maximum when you exit the vehicle. Steel bar quarter labeled as smeltable small instead of steel. Missing animation when building charcoal burner barrels and charcoal burning pit. Omelet recipe forged, not displaying an inventory icon. What does that even mean? I assume that's an omelet in a forged pan. Fountain cups holding 60% more if they spawned with water inside. Make scarecrow recipe, not accepting crafted long johns. And added an item tag for long johns. Refill blowtorch on create failing when the propane tank had less than 70 uses. Cage traps, returning not enough wire to make 2 cages when destroyed. Returning enough wire to make 2 cages when destroyed. Dismantle fishing net craft, returning enough wire to make 2 traps. Steel slug and steel rod quarter, being tagged as iron items. Let's see here. Is there anything missing? Forged garden fork head craft recipe. Wait. Is it real? Can we make it? Can we make the god fork? Pipe wrench is still missing? I don't care about your pipe wrench. I want the god fork. Hold up. I have to turn off recipes, right? Garden fork head. Primitive. Level 8. Okay, but then can you attach it? Garden fork head weapon, but it's like a baseball bat. I don't think you can attach it to the sphere. I hate everything. Anyway. The UI obfuscation update? Oh no. Walls not cutting away when the visibility of squares changes in some cases. Small leather drying racks losing functionality after rotating. Firing a spear, not making it more durable, but doing the random again. The random durability, I guess? Skillbook's tint when in hand. The mildew cure, only working with cow milk. Bone armored gloves, only working with brown leather gloves. Extract iron from iron ore, returning steel. Leather strips in the sew improvised briefs recipe, producing rag briefs. Sheepskin vest, returning an error when ripped due to missing fabric type. Mint seeds, returning an empty bag after packaging. Carved wooden cutting boards, not returning any items. Dome kiln recipe, not accepting wood mason's trowel. Okay, that actually is kind of nice. Craft small simple frame pack was returning 2 frame packs. Fishing rods from being named a fishing rod or crafting fishing rod after removing bait or lure. Pie preparation, not returning a baking pan if eaten raw. Make firebomb, not removing the water bottle. U.S. Army walkie-talkie is small when placed. Fix a player facing an odd direction when interacting with fire pits, blinking text cursor, eating animals, not using a utensil when one is available. Wrong declaration for forged sword blade in multiple recipes. Wine open fluid pale green, many incorrect textures and incorrect static world static models. Guess we'll have to play to find those out, right? Usage of incorrect sounds in multiple recipes. Katana. Broken katana. Machete. Short sword scrap. Sword broken. Sword scrap. Sword blah blah blah. Not having researchable recipes, including the carpentry chisel. Make advanced large frame pack. Auto learn having the wrong values. Tarp dress need to be learned from true. False to true. So high tank top. Add timer to bomb mapper issues not working. Do the timer bombs actually work now? Finally the shanty. Yep. I mean, I think it was pretty good timing for it. Fix an issue where build auto rotation was still happening where it should not. Tech and debug. This is probably stuff only I care about of the people watching.
Oh, and maybe Hugo or any of the modders that are here. Scripts and recipes have been moved into PZ's Java code. Modders, do not worry. This doesn't change anything for you, as at the end of the process, the game still output the scripts and reads from them. This has been done to avoid errors during input and allows for us in Java to have quick reference, so we can easily see where an item is defined, what craft recipe it uses, etc., without the need to string search. It also allows us to use the validators to be sure the string we're using is good. Checking on icons, translations, etc. during the process, we also uncovered many long-standing bugs that had been kept under the radar. Hold up, I gotta fix my chair. In the future, it helps us making ECS items work, so items will have components instead of having a food.class item. We'll have a simple inventory item and add a component nutrition to it. The intent for this is to ultimately simplify our code a lot. I mean, this sounds good. Is mac and cheese broken? I cannot open the package. Do you open mac and cheese? I think you have to put it in a pan directly, right? I think it was like completely messed up in that kind of way. What are you doing there, zombie? Mac and cheese. Right? So if I like right click this, nothing happens. Yeah, so I need like a pot. Is this pot with water? I guess not. Where's the there we go. There's a water pump over here. There's a well right here and a water pump, by the way. Fill the pot. So what? Do I need to be near like a table to do the crafting recipe? How does cooking work? Help. How do I pour it out? Empty it. Just typing in mac and cheese doesn't work. Mac required items. Oh no, it's worse. I don't know. If I click on show craft recipes, it doesn't show anything. Yeah, it's broken. I don't know. It's broken. It just has you open the box and close the box. All right. Back to this horribleness. Added additional support for changing ragdoll body dynamics per ragdoll instance at runtime. Significantly reduced ragdoll friction with vehicles when certain conditions are met. I need to run some zombies over. The console log will now explicitly state the game mode when loading and starting a game. And it appears before all the sandbox settings. So that's really helpful for people looking up errors. Allow any file ending with pyramid.zip to be uploaded to the Steam Workshop. This is to support forest.pyramid.zip and spawn select image pyramid.zip. Files and mods. Removed unused files, character.pack and erosion.pack. Removed auto detection where it is not required. Removed temp not working scripts. Added information whether a tile and ISO thumpable. Doesn't matter. Safety and sanity checks in thump state Java. Added pzwiki.net to the list of URLs that can be opened with Lua global functions. Hey, are we going to have in-game wiki? Because that's kind of cool. Added translation for food type insect and small translation fixes for the fishing rod. Add remove tags from different items, updated properties for multiple tiles, various translation entries, replace fire power with fire starting energy and fire starting chance for better clarity and control. Migrated explosion handling logic from ISO grid square to traps and generator. Cool. They spent a lot of time on these menus that just made the game more complicated. Kinda. Yeah, they removed bashing car windows with right click. Oh, wait, can you bash a house window? Hold up. You can bash the house windows though. That's okay. Yeah, I used the vehicle menu to break the window. I ran up and pressed V. That's just gonna have to be a painful thing people have to do nowadays. Macaroni used to be able to be removed from the box. It created a macaroni pasta and cheese packet. Can I do a quick check on rabbits, fish, cow, and deer with nutritionists? I guess. Let's see here. Player stats, add trait, nutritionist. Gotta scroll way down here. All right, so I'll just spawn a rabbit. I guess rabbits are probably the most important one anyway, right? Oh, don't run for... Wait, why are you running? Oh, is it the zombies? Gotcha. Sorry, buddy. You're about to get, where is he? I need a knife. Sure, a fighting knife. Let's actually grab a hunting knife too and just drop that fighting knife. Yeah, the investigate this area getting removed, I'm totally fine with. It's some of the other ones that I don't like. Like if you need a click way to turn on your forging. Actually, I guess there's no click way to do it anymore, is there? Oh yeah, there's. Right here. In the bottom right. Or bottom left. So what did I get? I got rabbit leather. I got 3 pieces of meat, each with a ton of calories. That rabbit says 0 for all stats. You have to go back and look. Seems similar. I don't think they changed the nutrition values. I don't remember seeing it say they changed the nutrition values. Yeah, I am butchering 0.
Let's see here. Oops, I hit the YouTube chat. What are you guys talking about? Each build 42 update makes the UI worse. 0 calories before butchering. Maybe it had 0 calories before I butchered it? Could you cook and eat whole rabbits, or did you have to butcher it before? Check venison and fish real quick. So you want me to... I don't know, stab a deer to death? Let me... Farm report says fillets are all the same size. Listen. How do I pick a deer up? Okay, I was just clicking on the wrong spot. It was in this tile, not that one. This is butchering 0, guys. Remember. Got some of that. Got 8 pieces. All of them are around 250 calories. You might want to butcher an Angus bull. Didn't seem very good compared to what I butchered a while ago. As far as I understand, right, like, all right, this is old knowledge, like literally 4 or 5 months ago. You could get a single rabbit with more calories in it than any of the cows. Yeah, this is still a joke. Like, I should have like at least 10,000 calories from a deer, and way more realistically. Wasn't the deer like 2,000 calories? So 8 times like 250 is like 2,000 for the whole thing. Maybe. Rabbit, right? 745, 668, and 661. I mean, that's literally 2,000. Yeah, I'm 0 fishing, so I'm just gonna spawn in a fish. What's a fish to spawn in? Catfish. I'm gonna test fishing later, once the YouTube stream's off and I'm just playing the game. So they said slicing a fillet. All right, here's a spawned in fish. It's 3,000 calories. It weighs a bunch. Blah blah blah. Gonna slice the fillet. 3,235 calories. Weighs 8.14. I now have 2 0.2 cumbers fillets, and they have 205 calories each. That's bad. Is fishing still OP? Oh, well, fishing is a wrong way to say that. Let's see here. Standing back from the edge. Are you OP? I'm not in God. I mean, I'm in God mode, so I can't hear. Well, we gotta cancel fishing and get rid of the zombies. All right, now we do that. I mean, the fish going from 3,000 calories to 400 calories because I slice it in half is just bad. You can fast forward with fishing now. I don't want to fast forward because I want to see how long it takes. Also, I'm in debug mode, so if I hit the keybind, random shit's gonna pop up, right? Come on. It's tiny. It doesn't matter. I just want to see what I get out of this. Okay, so this one is 349 calories. I'm going to slice it. That worked correctly. So it might just be the spawned one that's broken. Can I slice a fillet twice? It would have to be a really big fillet, right? Come on, let's get lucky. Spawn a huge fish. Oh, I don't have a fish. I didn't put bait. Yeah, I collected trash. Can I like right click this and add it to my rod? No, I can't. Well, calorie usage is what I'm actually really interested in, because if walking is less, that would be amazing. All right, that's some bigger fish. 1,000 calories. We slice it. Can we slice it again? We cannot. But that worked too. I think fishing is still the same. I'd imagine they made fishing cost more calories for balance reasons. Oh god. Why would you curse us with that? I'm blaming you. I'm screenshotting this. I'm blaming you. If it's true, it's all on you. You missed the patch release? Yep. It's okay.
You can go back and look at the VOD on YouTube. For molded calorie BS, most servers will probably disable it. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't really understand. And it'll take quite a while before they do. What's the biggest takeaways? If your aiming level is high, shotguns are good again. Like really good. Almost build 41 kind of, but not quite. But shotguns do not increase the amount of XP you get per shot, so you can still level your guns with whatever you want to use. And you probably don't want to use your shotgun because it's better when your aiming level is high. There's NASCARs in game now. You can right click a vehicle to stuff bodies in it if that door or trunk is open. NASCAR? Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, there's a racetrack, so it makes sense they added them. I like it. That's cool. It's weird to you how the tool designed to make it easier to aim by putting a big shot pattern out requires higher aiming. So that's because they changed the way aiming works, right? So like, you can shoot a zombie but still do 0 damage. So because your aiming level is low, your shotgun will hit like 5 zombies and only one of them will take damage. So you want it to like higher skill level to make up for that. I'm trying to think what else happened here that was actually big. Oh, they changed some of the skills like farming and mechanics, so you auto learn the recipes at highest levels. So like, even if you don't have any access to the recipe books, you can level your mechanics to level 8 to do standard cars. Now, that's a really high level for that, in my opinion, but you can do it. The tired noodle, the stamina loss noodle, whatever it's called, the lungs, when you sit down, it shows you exactly how much stamina you have. And it slowly fills up like it's animated. It's great. That's probably like a top #1 feature. There's so much in this that like doesn't even matter. Worms, if you have 2 worms in a composter and you put the composter inside, they'll breed during winter. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Maybe a rat racer could tell us about that. Cigarettes, drinks, and stuff, you can right click and open to eat on a single button. They move some of the on-create functions into Java. I have no idea what that ends up causing. You will miss rest and sitting fast stamina region. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they keep nuking mice route, or mice. Why do I keep saying mice? Right mouse button. So you can no longer right click a car and then select smash window. You have to hit V to go into the vehicle menu and do it. But you can still smash windows on houses without pressing that. So, did they improve the crafting UI? The building UI now lets you check the ingredients, but you have to click manual ingredients and then click the ingredient itself and then click possible items. So for example, I can do the mason trowel or wooden trowel. Now, if you go to the crafting menu, which has always had this ability, you've always just been able to click the thing and then click possible items. Why this is closed by default? I guess because available ingredients is more important. I don't know. The menu should remember the size you had them at. When you load and save it, like save and load the game. But remember, these menus change size depending on what you've clicked on. So like you can make it really small and then click on something. You see how it's slowly increasing in size. If I find something with a lot of items on it, it'll get huge. But then when I click on something small again, I have to manually make it small. And it really shouldn't change size ever. In theory, the worm change could allow you to grow new bait if you already have live worms and we're going into winter with no foraged bugs and no spare meat. But it's pretty niche, since you can't forage bugs or trapping bait in winter. I'll have to test it more, but even though things are disabled during winter, I still forage them sometimes. So like I'll still get the occasional bug, I'll still get the occasional crop, although I think that's because some of the crops can actually spawn during November or something like that. I don't know, it's weird. And it's also only December and January that stop you from getting most stuff. But yeah, it like... Right mouse is problematic for tiles that might update to change options during the time after you click, like cars and multiplayer animals that move. Even though they need to fix the underlying problem, not keep band-aid fixes of removing one thing from the right-click menu. So if you right-click something and it moves away, I think anyone can just understand that that happened. Like, that's not an issue in my opinion. That's just reality. Vehicle kills are now accounted for in total kills. That's true. That is actually a pretty great thing. Anything else crazy happened though in this? I don't think so. We have to check if melee attacks can take advantage of the aiming system. So like if you can click their head to do extra damage. The view cone opacity slider is something I like. I don't know. I feel like this is like a 2-month patch and it's the size of a normal one. And nothing particularly wild happened either. Although you do see, like, if you go down in the tech stuff, that, like, there's been a lot of refactoring going on. So that does usually take a long time. A lot of UI stuff was improved too, though. Like, the negative modifiers actually shows negative. And people will understand that, hopefully. On the other hand, they took away some of the UI stuff, like knowing exactly how much fatigue you're going to get back from eating coffee. Speaking of which, let's look at that real fast. Yeah, now it's just half a bar instead of 50. They had a break in holidays apparently between 42.11 and 42.12. Yeah, but they have like 30 employees now. Did everyone take a break in holidays at the same time? I guess it is Europe, isn't it? Come on, guys. You got to hire Americans. That way you don't have to give them breaks. I think the company is still required to do it, aren't they? Even if they're like remote. Yeah, it's Eurodevs. They have 30 employees and that kind of abysmal speed. I need to go search. I had multiple people tell me that NASCAR said they had 30 employees. I don't know if that's employees or employees and contractors. It's in the Discord if someone wants to search that up. Their Discord, to be clear, not mine. Yeah, just exploit the American employees. You don't have guaranteed vacation time. I don't know. Please don't be evil. I'm not recommending you be evil, okay? Large hooks are findable. Oh, the rebalance of calorie usage is huge. I don't know. I think I read 50 to 70 people. That has to be with contractors. There's no way that's just Indie Stone at this point. Like, who in the world did they even hire to get up to 30, let alone 50? Abysmal speed in spaghetti code? Okay, that's not that bad, actually. I mean, it sounds like they're de-spaghettiing their code right now. What happened to calorie usage this update? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to test it out. But where is it? It was like up here, wasn't it? Metabolic. I spelled that wrong. Oh, here we go. It's in balance. The multipliers for calorie consumption in some recipe timed actions from default to better categories. This should lead to overall less consumption for most activities and recipes and resting, and a bit more for a few intensive activities and recipes. This should have an impact in survivor weight and long-term playthroughs. Did they add multiplayer? No. If they added multiplayer, like, the world would be exploding right now. I'm probably not going to directly test calories right now, or if I do, I'll probably end the YouTube stream and switch to just Twitch. Because running both at the same time and trying to take videos doesn't work. My computer will explode. I'm not rich. You can't even load Twitch for some reason? Probably because it's 4K streaming or some crap. Sorry, Nalmac. Enhanced broadcasting causes a lot of problems. Oh, you can't even load the front page? Wait, really? Twitch. Oh, that's working fine for me. You're dipping? Have fun? Yep. I'm about to head over to Twitch. I'm probably going to just start like a CDDA run and watch my calories. And see if I use, like, how many I use in a single day. But I will see you guys on YouTube In a few days when I do the video for this. And I'll link my Twitch for you guys. If you guys want to join me on Twitch, you can join me there. Am I ready to see all the cringy fire sprites? Yep.